that's why I'm not nervous about this game. This is going to be a great matchup for two teams that are fighting for second place, potentially first place in the division. And because we know we figure, I should say, that the Steelers are kind of winning these games based on sheer determination and game-breaking defensive moments, we can hang with this offense. They're not going to put up 40 some points against us, most likely. They're not going to, you know, trench walk us with their defense, holding us to 100 some yards like we did against the Cardinals. This is a winnable game. And even if you don't win, hey, you're still what, 7-4? That's still really good. This is a good Browns team right now. This is a competitive Browns team that once you get past this game, you're passed through most of your divisional matchups. The only matchup you have the rest of the year against in division is Cincinnati in January.
Breaking news.
What we got? Let's hear it.
We might want to walk back what we just said about this game on Sunday.
Really? Okay. I think I know what you're about to say, but let's hear it.
Yeah, this is legit from Adam Schefter, the Cleveland Browns, and I just got the notification Deshaun Watson will undergo season-ending surgery.
Whoa! What would we do with What did? Huh? Did... Okay. Now, it is Wednesday. There is such a thing as Monday morning quarterbacking a situation. And knowing what we know now, I mean, look, things change. Things can change on a dime. Things can change on a whim. Things have changed now in this matchup going into Pittsburgh. And from what it seems, the rest of the year, that was not what I was expecting, because there were some reports that saying, well, could Deshaun maybe even miss this game, because there were reports of him being in the walking boot after the game. There was some reports of him being in pain. And wow, that is surprising. Goes to show you a lot of the stuff in-house we probably don't know about just as fans or pundits of the sport. And I'm stunned. I'm stunned. I'm disappointed, but I'm not like downtrodden, like, oh, the season's over. It's going to get harder, but that's the way it is.
I don't even know what to say at this point. I mean, like, I thought this was some sick joke at first, and then I just kept seeing it.
I mean, wow. You know what this is? This is the first time we've ever been kind of struck with silence here on the Big Time Sports Podcast show. We've never had like a lot of breaking news while we do this, as a supernova is about to come in through my window, but it really is just sort of something to be like, yeah, your starting quarterback and your starting running back are out this week. It's going to be a tough one, but on the bright side, at least the level of talent, I'm not saying the level of production, not saying level of them as people, the level of talent will be closer now to the level that we believe Kenny Pickett is at. It'll go from here to here. So we'll have the two matchups here. We know that PJ Walker is probably he's not better than Kenny Pickett, but he can compete with him. He can compete with him. He can compete with this Browns team. We've seen him make a couple of starts this year and be capable to lead two go-ahead drives downfield. Yeah, Steelers get a bit of a break, and that's no slight to them, but it kind of is. This is the luckiest team in the NFL. We're just gonna say that. I'll just say it. Yeah. Enjoy your 10-7 team, Steelers. Enjoy your first round blowout and your 21st pick in the first round. Enjoy that. Now I know I'm coping. I'm coping a little bit.
I'm so upset right now.
What are you gonna do? All right. Yeah, we can continue talking about this. We can go into other things. I mean, it really is just kind of surprising to see this kind of develop in real time. I mean, yeah, yeah, I got to notify some people that, I mean, I know they're talking about it right now, but yeah, they already got onto it. So yeah, hey, we'll see what happens.
I'm going to be busy Sunday from the hours from 1 to 4.
Oh boy, and we gotta work the game next week, and then I mean, look at these matchups that they have coming up here for the rest of the season. This week's game is going to get significantly harder now. I'm wondering if they actually changed the line in real time as we were talking about this. I want to see what the odds are
I mean,
here.
as we're recording this, Mitch, I'm sure you as well. Our phones are blowing up with people,
Mhm.
and the first claim is we have to go sign somebody. Who do you want to sign?
You can't. I mean, maybe I don't know. I don't know. It's a
Go
it's
sign Nick Foles? I don't.
trade for Jacoby from
You
Washington. I
can't
don't.
trade
No,
deadlines
you
up.
can't trade. That's right. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard news, man. This is the hardest a team has lost its quarterback since A-Rod and the Jets in Week 1. I mean, the Browns are at 3.5 points now. That's going to change, at least according to the line I'm seeing. Yeah. Look
Wait,
at
week 10, we appeared in Big Cat's Super Bowl
we
contenders
did
graphic.
for the
So
first time, I
just
believe.
savor that. Probably won't
Yeah.
happen again. We're cursed. This franchise
At
is
Den
cursed. I hate it here. I'm done.
and then at Denver, they're getting better. Russell Wilson's actually having a good season. They just beat the Bills. I mean, that Bills loss felt like what a Browns loss would feel like in the past. I mean, that was absurd. At Rams versus
I
Jacksonville.
miss Josh Dobbs.
Jacksonville, boy, that we're looking back on that now. And Josh Dobbs is becoming one of the most liked players in the league because of the way he's been kind of swapped around so much. Um, yeah, looking back, I still would make that trade because of where we thought DTR could be. I understand he was going up against garbage men in the preseason, but I would have rather had a guy that you can develop over a couple of years rather than the journeyman, even though the journeyman's getting his first legitimate shot in a system that I think can benefit him. And give him credit, he had to adjust that system pretty quickly on Sunday for the Vikings. So I don't know. Chicago, all right. Houston, they're better. Houston's a legit team now. Houston got people's attention on Sunday when they beat Cincinnati, which helped us a lot. New York Jets, who knows if Rodgers will be back for that one, and then Cincinnati. Yeah, we're probably going. I think we get maybe 3 wins out of this because it's so your offense is just so depleted now that it's gonna be really hard to put up maybe 20 points per game. That's where we are.
Your best offense at this point is going to be your defense.
Yeah.
You Denzel, I hope you get healthy. Greg, hope you have another couple pick six in you. Miles, I would love a couple more strip sacks. Zedarius and Dalvin Tomlinson. You're yes, please. Taki Taki. I know you had a pick six in 2020. I'd love to have that again and then be able to play the song Taki Taki the next day on repeat. Yeah, no, this sucks. Straight up, this sucks. This is why I hate being a Browns fan. This is why I can't get too optimistic after wins and I can't get too low after loss. This is just, it's not even believable.
It's unexpected.
He suffered it in the first half and played through it in the second half. Alerted the staff after the game of a new discomfort in his shoulder. They had an MRI and immediately he met with Browns head physician James Voos at University Hospitals Medical Center. And they determined the injury will require immediate surgical repair to avoid further structural damage.
Yes,
I'm going to
sir.
say it. I'm going to say it.
All right.
I miss Baker.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Stop it.
At least Baker's wasn't his throwing shoulder.
Okay, but it affected him even worse than what Deshaun was looking like in those couple. Well, actually, no, because this Indianapolis game. No, don't say that. I mean, I'm looking through these numbers as we speak here. I'm not going to go back to this. You're going to look at a guy who's got 2,100 passing yards right now, 14 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. I know Deshaun's still not doing, didn't have the greatest numbers either, but 64% completion percentage, sacked 16 times, which, you're guaranteed that at least once or twice a game on the average. I, I don't need it. I don't miss it. As much as I hope for him to do well with other teams, I don't miss it. And we kind of have to kind of regroup next year and see if this is going to be the team.
Did you
But
say? Did you say next year?
well, because we'll
Oh,
try to regroup some of the guys, because this year seems like it's a wash now. I mean, it looked like this team could still at least compete for a spot in the AFC playoffs, and I think they could maybe sneak in, but it's not going to be like a competitive spot if we get it. It'd be like what we were talking about with the Steelers. You get a 7 seed, you get blown out in the first round, and then you pick low in the first round of the draft, which we can't because we don't have a pick.
because we traded it for Deshaun Watson.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's our live reaction, folks. You just saw two men kind of get a little deflated on a sports podcast.
Deflated. This is worse than me having a 10-leg parlay and the last leg missing by a point. Because odds are I only put $1 on that parlay.
I'll take your word for it. I don't know any of the jargon that you're speaking right now, but
yesterday you could have bet the Browns at plus money to miss the playoffs, and I should have taken it because
you didn't know. You didn't know we were riding high off that victory, man.
Oh, riding high, but I was getting too optimistic, which I can never do as a Browns fan. This is why I can never be optimistic with this team.
Yep, that's where we are. I know this is going long, but I got to tweet. So I'll do it after the show. But really, we got to move on. We got to move on from this because this is getting us down.